Today on Dr. Phil, his affair got his wife's best friend pregnant.
You have played me for so long. I'm tired of it.
Now,
Meet the other woman's husband.
the battle for custody is on.
You two want to raise that child.
We want what's best for that baby.
You think Michelle is not a good mother.
I don't think she would be a positive thing in his life.
You're judging her, but it's you that's sleeping with somebody else's husband. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today is going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
Get ready to take care of you. Last week, we began following a story of a husband who has said he was torn between his wife and his girlfriend, and they used to be best friends. Now, the situation became even more complicated when both women became pregnant by him at the same time. Now, today they're back to tell us what happened after they left the stage and returned home. And this time, you're also going to meet the other woman's husband. Here's what's happened so far.
My husband had an affair with my best friend. I did ask him, how could he do this to me? How could he do this to our kids? And his response was that he loved her and that he wanted to be with her, but he was torn because he loved me and wanted to be with me too.
I've never felt like the other woman. For some reason in my mind, the fact that I love him and he loves me makes it okay.
I ended up pregnant, and I thought at that time, something has to happen.
Both women became pregnant by him at the same time.
It's confusing to me that he's so torn because he was just so willing before to give his life up with her and be with me.
I'm torn of who I want to spend the rest of my life with, whether it's my wife or my girlfriend.
This affair with her is still going on, right?
Yes, it is.
The other woman is going to join us here on stage. What gives you the right to lay with another woman's husband?
I am ashamed.
You are unbelievable. You have a husband. You have a family.
You say that you have raw feelings for him that are very strong and you want to be with him. So why haven't you left to be with him?
Every day I hope I'll wake up and my feelings for Brad will lessen.
Do you want to stay with him?
I'm not so sure I do anymore.
See, we've had 40 affairs, 19 during the marriage. Are you number 40?
I believe I'm different. I believe that he loves me. He didn't love the other ones.
She says she fully intends to take your husband, and she's here to achieve that today.
I'm to the point now where, you know what, you can have him. I'll bring his dirty laundry over. You take it.
When you stack the priority list in your life, where do the kids come?
I thought I can keep the family together, I can raise my children, and I'm meeting some other needs over here.
I assume there's part of you that either thinks that this is going to wind up in a really bad place at some point if you don't stop it, or you are so gutless that you're trying to get her to make the decision. You were with her last night, correct?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and were you aware of that?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Why is it his choice? Why do you have such low self-worth that you've got to be there saying, pick me, instead of don't let the door hit you in the ass, buddy? Do you think 5 years down the road, the two of you would be together?
I believe that.
Yes.
My prediction is that if you actually got married, you would become Michelle. You are an interloper, you are a transgressor, you are a burglar. And you need to get out of her house, get out of her family, get out of her life. And I will get you help to make that come true. So what do you want?
I want him to leave me alone.
Well, after the show, the situation was obviously very tense. Emotions were running high backstage. We shot that. Take a look.
It was extremely uncomfortable to be on stage, not only with both women, but all the women in the audience as well.
It was really hard to see Sarah face to face. It brought up a lot of anger and resentment towards her.
I saw a lot of hatred from her. I felt guilt.
The best advice Dr. Phil gave me was,
You need to take an honest look at yourself. You just have no self-control, no boundaries to your relationship.
the most powerful thing that Dr. Phil said to me was,
Where do the kids go? This has now started encroaching on their peace.
I am truly committed to try to make a change in my life. I want to do everything I can to respect the boundaries and do what we need to do to hold these families together.
Wouldn't you love to be 100% happily married to Michelle?
Absolutely.
But you don't have that ability with anybody. That's why you're meeting your needs with two women, because Michelle's stable and predictable and secure. And then you're saying on the other side here, it's more electric and exciting and all of that. And those two things together kind of fills the hole.
Right.
Well, what you got to do is figure out, why can't I feel that good with my wife?
I'm thinking Brad is probably hurt over the fact that Sarah said she wants to be with her family and not have anything to do with him. And I think he's probably really freaking out thinking that I'm going to divorce him.
I do not believe that Sarah really wants me to leave her alone, because I really don't want to leave her alone.
I understand why I need to stay away from him. I do. I know it's not good for him or his family. You're my family, but I'm really scared that I don't have the strength to do it.
You clearly will go through some withdrawal, but you can do this. Look, you got sucked up in this, and you made some bad decisions, and you have to own those. On another level, you're a victim. I mean, this guy is good at what he does, and he came and picked you off, and you got involved with him. What I'm trying to do is grab you and shake you before you look up and go, oh my God, what have I done? What happened to my family? What about my kids? And I'm trying to get you to stop this before that happens. And for some reason, your husband is still hanging in there.
I don't know what we should do with the baby that we share.
I don't think you make a decision about that right now, because right now you're this way. You're all emotional. Should he have a role in that child's life? That depends on what's best for that baby. Instinct says that because he's the biological father, he should, but I don't want that to be a temptation, manipulation, backdoor way of getting back together right now. We'll talk about that in the future.
Okay.
So let 24 hours go by
I'm so scared of that.
and calm down. Go home, be with your husband and your children.
He may not want anything to do with me anymore. It may be too late. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Brian, I just gotta do it.
You have got to walk away from her, or you're going to destroy a lot of people's lives, and then you're going to say, I wish I'd have got control of myself before my children had to pay the price, before her children had to pay the price. Well, we followed Michelle and Brad as they drove to the airport. This was the first time they were alone together after being here on our stage.
I knew that coming here, it was going to force us in one direction or the other. And either way, I think it's important for people to start to heal.
How can you heal from something you don't know is over?
What can I say? I'm still in shock. I haven't really let any of it sink in.
How could you be in shock and not have it sink in when you're the one that's done this? You've lived it. You've already been through it once. I was knocked in the head by a lot of it. You have played me for so long. You had me snowed coming here. You lied. You were with her last night, for crying out loud. I knew that was going to happen, and I'm tired of it. Do you hear me? I am tired of it. Quit involving me. If you don't want to be in this relationship, then go. And I may just cut my losses, file for divorce, and start my life over, so I don't have to suffer in this hell anymore.
Well, next, we're going to find out what happened when Brad and Michelle got back home. We'll hear about a rendezvous between Brad and the other woman that just absolutely sent Michelle through the roof. We'll be right back.
A few weeks after the show, Sarah and I decided to meet for lunch. It turned out not to be an innocent lunch.
We started off sitting across from each other, then we sat side by side, just to be closer. The kiss that happened at lunch was no big deal. It was something we did all the time. We playfully talked about going back to my house.
My heart dropped and I was so mad.
We're continuing to follow the affair that Brad had with his wife's ex-best friend. The last time Brad and Michelle were here, 2 marriages were at stake over this affair because the other woman is also married. Now here's what happened when Brad and Michelle got back home.
When we left, I felt like I'd been punched in the gut.
I was full of rage. I was very upset and very hurt.
Right after the show, I was still in contact with Sarah. I was worried about her. I loved her.
We were waiting for our plane and I saw him punching on his phone. And I asked him, are you text messaging Sarah? And he at first said no.
I didn't tell Michelle because I was still living a lie.
At that point, I thought, he didn't listen to a damn word Dr. Phil told him. And she didn't listen to a damn word Dr. Phil told her.
Michelle and I decided that we needed some space apart from each other. And we decided to take turns staying at the house. I was so lost and confused, I told both Michelle and Sarah I needed to be away from both of them. I needed some space. It wasn't working.
I was worried that he was still contacting her, that he was still meeting her.
I couldn't stop talking to her. It was still an emotional affair. I was still attached to her. I went from talking to Sarah 4 or 5 times a day to talking to her every 48 hours.
A week after the show, I pressed redial on Brad's mom's phone and realized that it was Sarah's number.
I called Sarah from my mom's house because I wanted to talk to her.
My heart dropped and I was so mad. I called her and said, I hope you're making room for him because I'm sending him over with all of his belongings.
Michelle threatened to divorce me.
I did give Brad an ultimatum, either her or me. That was a turning point.
A few weeks after the show, it finally reached the point where we were rock bottom. Sarah and I agreed to meet each other for lunch, to get together with the babies and talk about a few things. It turned out not to be an innocent lunch.
I found out about their lunch several days after it happened. Brad had taken pictures of himself with the child and of Sarah. I was very hurt.
I just realized that this is so unhealthy and I can't live this way anymore, and I made the decision to salvage my marriage and put my family back together. There was an element of sadness when we broke it off. Dr. Phil said I was a sex addict. I took offense to that. I'm not a sex addict. Sex has been an easy outlet for me. I like excitement. I like to do risky things. I get bored easily.
Since the show, he has started reading about attention deficit disorder.
It may be adult ADD. That could have played a big part in why I've been unfaithful. I think if we hadn't come on the show, Michelle and I wouldn't be together. One thing that really stands out is when Dr. Phil made the prediction that if Sarah and I got together, she would become the next Michelle. When he said that, I thought, to hell with that. I was determined that I'd prove him wrong one way or the other. I thought, I'm not a cheater. I can change.
You've got to get your legs up on you. You got to get a backbone about you.
When Dr. Phil said I needed to get a backbone, it did wake me up. I was gonna fight for what I felt was mine and what was right. I can't let her win.
I do miss Sarah. I think about her on a daily basis. Although it's hard for me, I don't plan to talk to the other woman.
My greatest fear is that Brad and Sarah will get involved again. That will just rip me apart.
When you were here last time, you said this was like you got hit in the stomach, that this concept of you having 40 affairs was overplayed in the show. Now, you're the one that made the list, right?
Right. You know, the clarification is it wasn't 40 women that I had sexual intercourse with, but there were people on there that I had flirted with and had some type of contact.
Well, you've heard my definition of cheating, right?
Exactly, and that's what I was going to say, that I've come to the conclusion that it doesn't matter. If it's something that she doesn't approve of, then it's cheating.
Yeah, and if you haven't heard it, my definition of cheating is if you wouldn't do it with her standing there, that's cheating.
Right.
And those 40 certainly failed that litmus test.
Absolutely.
You've said since the show that, now, wait a minute, this ain't all me. She's a pessimist. She doesn't communicate. She's not doing right in this. And Sarah is very manipulative and controlling and sucks you in too. And you said you came across as the total predator, and the two women involved in this came across as just total victims in this, right? And you object to that.
That's how I felt when we left the show.
You felt like I was harder on you than I was on them, and that was unfair. Okay,
Right.
well, let me do that again.
Okay,
You have to be in control of you.
I understand that.
I'm not going to talk to you about Michelle. I'm not going to talk to you about Sarah. I'm going to talk to you about you. You say, I'm not a sex addict. Well, I don't want to play semantics with you. You say you're addicted to adrenaline, okay? And you get your adrenaline through this sexual assignation thing. It's taboo, it's exciting, it's fun. I mean, you told me that you admitted that backstage.
Right.
And now your theory is, well, I'm ADD. Just can't stay on one person. And so it's hard to commit long-term and concentrate. The things that you're talking about, Michelle's pessimistic and has her problems. Sarah's controlling and has her problems. You may be ADD. All of those things are external. You have to own this for a variety of reasons. Number one, that's the only thing that's going to get you to stop and maintain that. And number two, you need to have pride in the fact that you are controlling yourself and you're making that choice if and when you do. You're not going to get an ADD pill that's going to fix this problem. That has nothing to do with you making a decision to turn outside your marriage.
I do get that.
Okay, that's what I want you to do. All right, Sarah's joining us next. We'll be right back.
Michelle did call my cell phone after the show. She told me that, I could have him, she'd bring his stuff over. And I was like, crazy bitch, what are you talking about? I'm sure some of the old feelings will come back when I see him face to face.
Now, when the other woman was here, she said she was torn between Brad and her own husband. Even after the show, she told me backstage that she didn't know how to stay away from Brad. Here's what happened when she got home and faced her husband.
I want him to leave me alone. On the show, I felt that I had betrayed Brad. I had said that I wanted Brad to leave me alone. I wasn't ready to say those words to him at that moment. The affair was still going on. I did text message Brad right after the show. I wanted to know how he was. A couple days after the show, my husband moved out of the house.
I was at the end of my rope. I decided to move out because I didn't see a change in her.
I finally realized that the affair was over when I realized how much my husband really did love me and that Brad was just very selfish. It's all about Brad. He's a narcissist. Mike and Brad are complete opposites in every way. One's beer and one's champagne.
I wonder every day how she could have been attracted to him.
After that conversation, he text messaged me and told me that he loved me forever. It's good to know because through all this, I've always thought that I was different than the other girls. Michelle did call my cell phone after the show. She told me that, I could have him, she'd bring his stuff over. And I was just like, crazy bitch, what are you talking about? That's how she is most of the time. She was being irrational. My husband, Mike, does not know everything about the affair. He doesn't want to know.
As far as the affair between Sarah and Brad is concerned, I don't want to know any more details.
My husband, Mike, is not aware that I had sex with Brad 9 days before the first show. When Dr. Phil said Brad was possibly a sex addict, it didn't surprise me.
I said that he was a predator 2 years ago. I don't think that Brad understands that games that he's playing are ruining people's lives.
The thing that really impacted me the most was when Dr. Phil said that Brad was poison to my children. I realized he wasn't worth it.
Brad took advantage of my life. I look forward to the day when Brad's out of my life.
The best piece of advice Dr. Phil gave me was to go home and put my arms around my kids, to get counseling and get myself healthy so that I could work on my marriage. I miss Brad. If I did call Brad, we'd be right back in the mess we were in before. I wonder how Brad's doing and if he ever thinks about me. I'm sure some of the old feelings will come back when I see him face to face.
Well, the other woman in this situation wants to continue to keep her identity a secret, so she has asked us to call her by the fake name of Sarah. you have anxiety about being here with the two of them now, or just being here with Michelle?
I was under the impression that we were going to talk about the baby, and in that circumstance, I only wanted to discuss it with Brad and you.
Do you believe that this situation with Brad is over with?
Yes, I do.
You feared when you were here with Brad again that it might rekindle old feelings.
I said seeing him, but of course, you know, those feelings don't just automatically go away. There's no pill or switch or anything. So there's still feelings there, but...
Okay, and now a big question is, you have a child with you, and your position is that you think he should have no visitation rights with the child at all. Is that what your instinct tells you?
I believe it's in the best interest of the child for that to happen.
Okay, and tell me the reasoning that led to that conclusion.
That is because the baby has everything now that he needs. He has two parents that love him unconditionally, and there's nothing that he needs more than that.
All right, well, we're going to talk about this custody issue next, because one thing's for certain: the child's interests have to be ahead of anyone and everyone. So we're going to talk about that when we come back, and how they coexist moving forward in an appropriate way. We'll be right back.
My concerns now are what Brad's involvement is going to be with the baby he has with Sarah.
I would take full custody if she'd allow me to have it.
I have concerns about my son being with Brad and Michelle. Brad and Michelle have no money. They don't have enough room for the children they have now. Michelle smokes, and I do not want my son around a smoker.
I'm willing to be a part of the baby's life.
I still think she has a motherly personality. I've never seen her hug and kiss her 12-year-old. She's not warm and fuzzy to her own children, let alone to this product of an affair. I'm not comfortable saying a lot of negative things about Michelle because we're friends.
Well, we're following a very complicated story of infidelity that resulted in a husband getting both his wife and his mistress pregnant at about the same time. All parties admit there could be a potential custody battle over the child that Brad shares with Sarah. Now, you were just saying in the tape, not good motherly instincts, and so you wouldn't want your child exposed to that.
I don't think any woman wants to be a stepmom. I don't. And I don't think it would be a good experience for her or the child. I don't think it would be a positive thing in his life. I don't think she would be a positive thing in his life because of the situation.
You think Michelle is not a good mother. They have a small house, don't have any money, and she smokes. I think those were the things that you listed.
Those are a few of the small things, yes.
Okay.
I mean, more than anything, I don't think it's healthy for the baby. I think he's a very happy, content baby, and I think that would just confuse him to send him from home to home.
You're judging her as not a good mother and not being there for her children, but it's you that's out sleeping with somebody else's husband? Does that seem
Yes.
inconsistent?
It does. And I'm not here to judge her. I'm not. You asked my concerns about why I would not want my child in their home, and this is some of them.
How do you feel about this child being part of your family?
I think the child has every right to know his biological father. I mean, the child has that right. And I am more than willing to establish a relationship with him.
And I agree that he does have a right to know when he is old enough to understand and make his own decision. And if he says at that time that he wants to know his biological father, I'm willing to do that. At this point, he is a baby. He has no say. I am his only voice. I'm trying to do what I think he would want. And I think any child wants to be raised in one home with two loving parents And I honestly believe that's what's best for him.
Well, then why did you take the baby to a secret lunch with Brad and pose for family pictures?
Absolutely. You know, I did that back when I was still involved with Brad. I thought we may still have a future. I know it wasn't the best thing to do. I wanted to see Brad, and I had the baby that day with me. It just...
Are you an unfit mother?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My children love me. I love my children. I am very involved in each one of their activities. Absolutely not.
And becoming more involved every day. I mean, that's part of the counseling. We're, you know, increasing the communication among the family.
Do you want to have a relationship with this child?
Absolutely. I have come to the conclusion that in the best interest of that I will only pursue this if we can come to an agreement one way or another, wherever we come, and we can come to an agreement. Because if I force the issue with and upset her and her husband, that is not a conducive environment for I think the only way to do it is if we can get along and we can agree to something.
So you're going to give the power away to her?
I didn't say that completely.
Yeah, I think you did.
But I don't think a nasty court battle is something that would be conducive for him. I think that would disrupt his life.
That's because he has no money to go forward through the legal system and get it done.
Well, see, everything with them is they're materialistic. Everything's about money. Several segments you've showed have been about money.
We have plenty of money to go through the legal system.
And it's not about money. It's about what's best.
He has done nothing. The baby's 8 months old. He has done nothing. He has not gone through the legal system. He has not threatened me a couple times to file papers and start the process, but it has not happened. I'm not going to agree to it. There's nothing that's going to change my mind and make me think it would be good for a child to go from home to home with different rules, different bedtimes, and you know, I think he'd just be a confused little mess. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Would it be safe to say that the bloom is off the rose here? I mean, you seem to kind of be saying you can't afford to jack with me, people.
No, I don't mean to say that. I don't. But I
believe... We can play that back, because what you just said is they don't have the money to make this fight.
No, I was
and when
in their
she said,
lives.
I have plenty of money, you got a real evil smile on your face, like, try me. Was I reading that wrong?
Yes, you were.
Okay, that's just...
I did that look, excuse me, because I was in their lives for 2 years. He told me hundreds of times that they had no money. I mean, I know that firsthand.
Well, you have no idea what we have now, do you?
Absolutely.
You have no idea.
Okay. That's fine.
You know, she told me before that he had said that he would make me pay every dime he could to fight this and go back, and then he would stick me with hospital bills. It's all about money to them. That's what it's about.
Who?
No, it's about the baby.
husband.
Oh, her
it's about
husband
the
did.
baby. It is about the baby. But you know, he hasn't done anything yet. I believe what's holding him back is he's wanting me just to come out here and decide today that, okay, you know, let's do this. Let's make the baby go from home to home every weekend and be confused and not understand what's going on. And, you know, his brothers and sisters don't have to do that. Why am I the only one that has to go between these two homes? I don't think it's good for him.
And you guys have a question about what I think is important there. And when we come back, I'm going to introduce you to the person we haven't met in this foursome. That's Sarah's husband. He's here. We're going to talk about this child when we come back.
He told me that he set boundaries when he called her to end the affair, which were I would be invited to listen in on the conversations. She didn't like the boundaries that he set.
When Michelle and I called Sarah about visitation, she told me that she thought I sounded hateful.
Just hearing his voice was hard for me. He sounded hateful. I told him that.
You could tell that she was upset that I had called. I know she wanted to talk about the two of us because I wanted to do the same thing. Had Michelle not been on the phone, I think I would have ended up talking about more than just my son and visitation.
All right, Sarah's husband is joining us for the first time. He will also be disguising his identity and has chosen to go by the name of Mike today. Dr. Phil, you okay joining us up here? Sure. All right, let's see. I watch everything. I saw the eye chatter between the two of you. Do you really not want to be up here? Would you rather me put you in the audience? Because I'm happy to do that.
Fine.
I'm really glad to meet you. You either have the patience of Job or you're just really tuned out of all this that's going on around you. And I think that you've probably chosen to tune out some and have amazing patience as well. But we're talking about what's best for this child. You two want to raise that child, and if you never heard from them again, that would be okay. Because you just raise the child and love the child and do all the right things that you think are healthy. And you don't have any opinion of Brad that's good at this point, correct?
Correct.
I mean, you think he's not a good person because you think he made friends to get to your wife.
Yes.
And used and abused that trust, and so you think he is untrustworthy and not the kind of person that you think ought to be raising her child.
Right, and like we said, I mean, we do want him to know. We want the baby to know who his father is. But being as young as he is, and he just doesn't have the faculties to completely understand that now.
Do you have a negative opinion of Mike?
I didn't come here to talk about that.
You do need to talk about it because this is a person that is going to be a father figure, a male dominant role in your son's life. I'm not trying to get a flap going between you two, but in determining what is best for this child, can you say in good conscience that you are happy for your son to be raised in this man's image?
No, it's not. But, you know, at this point, he's going to reside with his mother, and I would like to be the dominant influence, but I don't know how much of that is possible. But no, it's not all right.
And do you think that you feel differently or would treat this child differently because it's not your biological child, and in fact is the biological child of somebody that you hold in very low esteem?
Well, that's not his fault. It's not the baby's fault.
Do you think this relationship is stable?
Our relationship?
Yes.
Yes.
You think it's stable? I mean, she's just days out of a long, deceptive, and torrid affair with another man, and you say that you think it's a stable relationship?
Stable, yes. As
opposed to healthy and good, or just?
Well, I mean it's not where we both want it to be yet. It's just not hasn't been that long.
You're saying it's stable at a low level, but not in danger of disintegrating immediately. In other words, it's not where you want it, but it's something you think could be built on.
Correct.
All right, I've got to take a break, and we're going to come back with this complicated story of infidelity, custody, and I'm going to say what I think needs to happen in setting up the future and parenting of this child. Brad says the affair with Sarah is over, but he still wants to be the father of the child that they had together. Now, I kind of hear you saying, however, that you're prepared to just step off and allow this to go, to just allow them to raise the child.
If that was the case, I would have done that a long time ago. I mean,
I'm wanting
to try to work this out. I'm trying to get them to have some dialogue. And I have been in contact with an attorney. And what he would like to do is either represent them as well and all of us come in and sit down, or get with their attorney and try to resolve this as much out of the court as we can. And they're not willing to hear that. They're not willing to accept that. They want to fight over it.
Is that true?
We want truly what's best for that baby. And we want to be sure that what they're doing is the same feeling. That's what's best for the baby.
Do you all have an opinion of Brad as a father to his other children?
I think he's a wonderful father.
I mean, from what I know, I have no problem with how he's raised his boys.
Okay. So the problem here is Michelle? You don't have a problem with her either, but you have some small problems that...
I do, just because I have friends who are stepmoms, and it's not a good situation.
Right.
It's a hard job, and I think it would be hard for her.
But you were willing to run off into Neverland with my husband and leave your kids to have a potential stepmother? I mean, come on, get real.
Well...
But she never did do that. And how serious she was about ever doing that is still in question.
Exactly. I think I always knew deep down that it would never happen.
First off, my number one concern is that in no way does this child become a pawn, a way for you to lash out at them or you to lash out at them. And I definitely feel an undertow of resentment and judgment and emotion here that I fear could dominate decision making. Number two, I have absolutely no opinion of you as a father. From everything I understand, you are a reasonable, rational, loving, if over tolerant individual. But I absolutely believe to the core of my soul that a child has the right and the need to have a relationship with their biological parents. And the arbitrary decision that, well, I'll just decide when the time is that that's good for that child is not right and healthy thinking, in my opinion. Is there a price that the child has to pay by having an absent biological parent to the point that there has to be some sharing done? Yes, but that's what the two of you perpetrated. You can't then judge it and say, well, so you're just cut out. This child has the right and the need to have a relationship with his biological father. I think to just arbitrarily decide that you get to have that child and you don't is something that you might can claim here on the stage, but I'll assure you that's not the truth. You have no more entitlement to that child and the decision making over that child than do you. And what you want to do is sit down and figure a way that this child has an extended family, a way that this child has a room and a place and a sense of belongingness in your home and in your home. You two should never speak ill of this child's father. You two should never speak ill of this child's mother. You should find a way that this child can enjoy a relationship with both biological parents. I don't think you should take the child and close the child off from his biological mother any more than you should go the other way. I think there has to be some sharing here, and I think the thing to do is to sit down outside the court system and work out something that logistically works in the child's best interest. And believe me, when you get a third party involved, when you get a court involved and you surrender control to a third party who you've never met, don't know, and have no idea what their thoughts, values, beliefs, and views are, you're taking a real chance, and you will wish you had sat down around a table and worked out something so this child can have a relationship with both biological parents. Next, what Brad wants to say to Mike. We'll be right back. I appreciate both of you for being here, and I can tell you that you have a lot of work left to do, but you're doing it, and that you two stay away from each other. Comments or questions from either of you?
I want to apologize to Mike and to Sarah for this mess. I'm sorry this developed like it did. I'm sorry it went on like it did. I'm sorry that the pain for everyone involved. I'm sorry that the child's in the middle of it. I'm sorry that your children, my children, are in the middle of it. If I could take it back, I would, but I can't.
Okay.
Can I say to them that I am also sorry for the pain, for everything. Michelle, I really am.
Thanks for being here. So long.
Today on Dr. Phil.
Have your husband cheating on you, lying to you. Marriage is on fire.
It's season 22.
An Affair with the Neighbor's Wife, Part 2.
You have a serious problem. He's after you because right now it feels good while he's doing it. You're either going to choose your family and your children, or you're going to choose him.
He loves me.
He has you in the back seat of a car, sneaking around in a hotel. If that's love, leave me out. You need to get out of her house, out of her family, out of her life. Leave this woman and her family alone. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today is going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
Get ready to take care of you. When it comes to solving problems in a relationship, you've heard me say that stepping outside your marriage and having an affair will not fix the problems. It will just make them worse. You never fix problems by turning away from your partner. Well, the couples I've been speaking with this week obviously didn't take, or maybe didn't even hear my advice. Yesterday, we started navigating a complicated love triangle between Brad, his wife Michelle, and his girlfriend Sarah. Now, there was so much to talk about that we just simply ran out of time. Here's what happened yesterday.
My husband had an affair with my best friend. I did ask him, how could he do this to me? How could he do this to our kids? And his response was that he loved her and that he wanted to be with her, but he was torn because he loved me and wanted to be with me too.
I've never felt like the other woman. For some reason in my mind, the fact that I love him and he loves me makes it okay.
I ended up pregnant, and I thought at that time something has to happen.
Both women became pregnant by him at the same time.
I've been told that he did finally break the affair. Now I don't know if it's true or not.
I do love both of them.
It's confusing to me that he's so torn because he was just so willing before to give his life up with her and be with me.
I'm torn of who I want to spend the rest of my life with, whether it's my wife or my girlfriend.
This affair with her is still going on, right?
Yes, it is.
The other woman is going to join us here on stage. What gives you the right to lay with another woman's husband?
I am ashamed.
You are unbelievable. You have a husband. You have a family.
You say that you have raw feelings for him that are very strong and you want to be with him. So why haven't you left to be with him?
Every day I hope I'll wake up and my feelings for Brad will lessen and I'll be able to put it back together with my husband.
And do you want to stay with him?
I'm not so sure I do anymore.
See, we've had 40 affairs, 19 during the marriage. Are you number 40? No, I'm serious.
I believe I'm different. I believe that he loves me. He didn't love the other ones.
She says she fully intends to take your husband, and she's here to achieve that today.
I'm to the point now where, you know what, you can have him. I'll bring his dirty laundry over. You take it.
You've got to know you are a high-risk, damaged goods sexual addict.
It certainly appears that I'm in control and I'm making the decisions here, but I think we have 4 people here that are afraid to make a decision.
Really? When you stack the priority list in your life, where do the kids come?
I thought I can keep the family together, I can raise my children, and I'm meeting some other needs over here.
So you just thought it wouldn't impact the children?
I would love nothing more than to be the perfect husband and father.
I mean, I assume there's part of you that either thinks that this is going to wind up in a really bad place at some point if you don't stop it, or you are so gutless that you're trying to get her to make the decision. I'm trying to get you two to at least own where you are. Just be honest. You want her husband. You've said it. You tell her last night the affair's not over. You get hysterically upset. You say, all right, I want separate rooms, and you promptly call her and meet her down on the street.
Right.
Now, come on. And then you say, well, you know, gee, actually, I think that I may need to consider the alternatives here. That's a load of crap. You got separate rooms so you could go meet her. I'm just wondering, why is it his choice? Why do you have such low self-esteem, such low self-worth, that you've got to be there saying, pick me, instead of don't let the door hit you in the ass, buddy? We're talking to Brad and his wife, Michelle, and his girlfriend, who is going by the name Sarah. It's a complicated triangle. Now, there was so much to talk about that we're continuing with them because I think there is real need here. I think there are lives that can be crumpled up and thrown away here, beginning with the children, because two people involved are giving themselves permission to not only do what their impulses tell them to do, but I think in a complete and selfish disregard for its impact on everybody else. Now, Brad, in everything we've been over, we've been over what I call your resume, your history as a relationship partner. We've been over the history of this relationship back and forth. You say, I don't know if I even want to have anything to do with him anymore. Is that a knee-jerk hurt feeling, or is the fog lifting from around your head?
I don't know.
I mean, is it really? Does she say this in anger sometimes?
Yes.
Yeah.
You said this before.
Yes. Yes.
All right, walk me through this. You leave here, and you go home, and you stay in the relationship. What's going to happen?
This is going to continue.
Mm-hmm. You would agree with that, right?
So far, we haven't been able to stay away from each other.
You would agree with that, right?
I would say the probability is high.
Okay, so these two people are telling you that they have been having a mental, emotional, sexual affair at your house, in the car, in hotels, any place you can carve out a niche, and they're telling you they're going to continue that. What do you say to that?
I'm not going to put up with it. I will back out and let them have their way. You know, I'll divorce him. You can have him. Have each other. Have a great life.
Okay, but you've said that before, and I ask you if that's just a knee-jerk reaction. No, is there a point at which you say, you know what, I deserve, my children deserve better than this?
Yes. Most definitely.
Is there a point at which you say, Brad may have no boundaries, but I do. And my boundaries say, you either treat me with integrity, dignity, and respect, or you don't treat me at all. Now, how do you feel about my saying that? How do those words fit in your ear?
They sound really good.
Why?
Because I've never said that to him before. And I've never really looked at it from my perspective. I've really never thought about...
How does it feel as you look at it from your perspective now?
It feels like I can stand. I can make a stand. and stand up for myself instead of allowing him to continue to knock me down and push me down and treat me that way. The way he has treated me has been horrible, and I don't have to put up with it anymore.
Hold that thought. Do you think that she will ever actually divorce you?
I don't know the answer to that. I really don't.
Do you think she should?
Yes, I do.
You think she should divorce you, get away from you, and have nothing further to do with you?
I think for her well-being, for her emotional well-being, that would be the best thing for her.
Do you believe that if she does that, because you understand that one of my theories is you want her to kick you out so you don't have to make the decision.
I understand that you think that.
Do you agree?
No, I don't completely agree.
Okay, you don't agree. Okay, let's assume that she does that. Let's say you get the easy way out. She says, I'm out of here, you do what you want. At one level, that would be a happy day for you, wouldn't it? Because you'd say, problem solved. I'm free to pursue what I seem to be obsessed with.
Right.
So that would be, at one level, that would be a freeing day for you, right?
Yeah, that's it.
At another level,
right,
it would be a tragic day because of your children and your family and
right,
finance and all of that. But you'd be green light to just go get her.
Right.
Okay? Do you think that 5 years down the road, you would be married to her, living happily ever after in a little cottage somewhere? Is that what you would predict?
I'm realistic that there's a honeymoon period and you know, marriage takes its toll. I'm realistic with that.
But now answer my question. Do you think 5 years down the road, the two of you would be together?
I believe that.
You believe that? Okay. Now let me get your position. If she does what I think she is really spooling up to do and says, not just in word but deed, you want him, you got him. Do you predict that the two of you would be together 5 years from now?
Yes.
You say yes. I'll tell you what I think when we come back. We're talking to Brad, his wife Michelle, and his mistress, girlfriend, other woman, however you want to describe it, who is going by the name of Sarah. One of your questions was, do we realistically have a future here? My prediction is that if you actually once were free and got married, you would become Michelle. And you would line them up just like you've been lining them up with your current wife. Because the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. And barring some major change, and I know you say, but he loves me. He loves me. Don't kid yourself, girl. This ain't about you. And it's really not about you. You have a serious problem here. Now, we can call it sexual addiction. We can call it inadequate personality. We can call it used to be a stud in high school, lost my hair, and have to keep proving my virility. Took a lot of courage for me to say that. Whatever label you want to put on it, you are functioning at an incredibly immature level. Okay? It's a level at which impulse controls instead of impulses are controlled. And It sounds so trite for me to say, Michelle, don't personalize this, what's happening, because, I mean, how much more personal could it be to have your marriage ripped apart, have your husband cheating on you, lying to you, stealing time, effort, energy, money, everything that could be invested in the family being invested in some interloper? That's a pretty personal affront. But when I say don't take it personal, I mean this has nothing to do with you. You could be the most wonderful, just punch it up on a computer, what you would think would be the perfect woman. And it wouldn't matter. Because the truth is, you are an intelligent, articulate, beautiful, vibrant woman. It isn't about you. This isn't about your inadequacies. Why is that so hard for you to hear when I said that?
Several reasons. Number one, I've been led to believe that it's partially my fault. It's problems in our relationship. It's, and I've wanted to believe that it was his personal issues, his personal struggles, his personal problems. But I battle with that because, I have him telling me it's our marriage, it's me, it's so just hearing it.
But you've sat here today as I've talked to these two and asked questions where I have direct verbatim quotes typed up of what they've said. Well, sorta, maybe, kinda, almost, sorta, I don't, like that. I mean, it's like trying to sack fog. It's like nailing Jell-O to the wall. I mean, you're very elusive in ownership. That should tell you that when he's coming to you and saying, I'm doing this because you don't talk, you won't share, you aren't energetic, you aren't electric, you aren't charismatic. What he's saying is, I'm immature, I don't know what I want, I can't control my impulses, I'm going to reach for something. But he's just dumping it on you. At least have the decency to tell this woman in all honesty and candor that you own your choices, not her.
I have told her that.
I mean, really.
I have told her.
Well, you need to tell her
I have said to her exactly what you said to her. I don't say, oh, this is all your fault and browbeat her.
You own your impulses, correct?
Correct.
I mean, you get that. Listen, have you been a perfect wife? I don't know. I haven't been over at your house, but I'll bet you're not. That has nothing to do with him making the immature, inappropriate, self-destructive choice to turn away from his partner to someone else to bridge pain, loneliness, hurt, gap, whatever. You never fix a problem in a relationship by turning to someone else. Bad choice. That's the problem. So it has nothing to do with you. And him being after you has nothing to do with you. Now, you may think that you're just the Juliet to his Romeo, and this is that y'all are just, you finally found your soulmates. But let me promise you, that's not what it's about. He is after you because he can. He's after you because right now it feels good while he's doing it. You know, the line in the song, the best part of love is the thinnest slice. He gets a whole loaf home. You may not be as shiny as he thinks you are now. And he may not be near as charismatic as you think he is because you hadn't taken care of him with the flu yet. I haven't really answered what I think the chances are and where I do think you'll be in 5 years or 5 months, for that matter, if you, in fact, pull the ripcord here and bail out of this thing. But what I know is these people all live blocks apart. When they get back home, they're going to continue to see each other. Their children are going to be crossing paths. What's going to happen? What's the future hold? And what does each of these people need to put on their list of things to do when we come back? We've been talking about unraveling a complicated affair that affects two marriages. These women each had a baby within 24 days of one another with the same man, Michelle's husband, Brad. Statistically, the chance that you two will have a successful relationship after you leave is probably not 1 in 100. A marriage that starts in infidelity, what kind of foundation is that? Then having to try to manage your exes and go through custody battles for children and all of that sort of thing. And if you think for a minute that a court is likely to regard you in a very positive way in terms of conservatorship for your children, given the genesis of your marital breakup and where you're headed, don't you think they might have a problem with your judgment and predicting the quality with which you might mother your children?
Yeah, I thought about that.
How would you feel about leaving your home and your children staying behind with your husband?
That just would never happen.
Pardon me?
I won't let that ever happen. I would never leave my children. That's one thing I know my husband knows. I'm a good mother. He would never, I don't think, ever try to take the children away from me.
People change when they get in that divorce court. I mean, seriously, you need to think about the fact that right now, you feel in power and you feel in control because you're the one that's being sought after and pursued. But once he realizes and decides that you're out the door and you're going with him, then he just may decide, I'll be damned if that boy's going to raise my children. You're putting your children in play. Do you get that?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you enter the divorce arena in the midst of infidelity, in the midst of double infidelity, and a husband that says, I don't want the man that stole my wife, in fact, stealing my children. I'm going to fight tooth and nail to keep them. You have put your children at play. You put them up on the table. You're up there playing blackjack. You threw your kids up on the table. Tell me how you feel about that.
I guess I've never really thought about it like that. That it really could happen. It scares me to death.
Well, you say you've never really thought about that. Is it that you're so in control of a fairly passive husband that you think you just dictate all the terms and conditions of what happens? I was doing a show on marriage, and I said, we tend to marry one person, but we divorce another. You know, the old boy you married and that you kind of got following you around hoping you'll let him stay just might find a little different attitude if you start loading his children up to take them to the man that destroyed his home. You reckon he might have a little fight in him?
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, I mean, is he worth it? Is he worth putting your kids at play?
No, my kids come first.
What right do you have to be sleeping with her husband's wife?
I have no right.
What right do you have to be fracturing the family unit in which her innocent children are growing every day just to feed your need?
I have no right.
I mean, I'm sure this is all fun and exciting and taboo, and you're rendezvousing and giggling, and everything's just all hunky-dory fun. But you know, everything, when you get to the end of the old line at the cafeteria there's a cashier. You know, you can just eat your way through the pie section, but you're going to get down there and you're going to have to pay up. We'll be right back. We've been trying to sort out what's going to happen with an affair between Brad and Sarah. Now, his wife, Michelle, has said, you can have him. I've had it up to here, don't want it no more, no how, no way. Now, Sarah has not told the whole truth to her family. I mean, everybody here is living in deception and lies. One of the things you said is, what do I do with all this guilt? And interestingly enough, I do believe that you have guilt about this. I think you are very wishy-washy. I think you go one side of saying, I'm going to go do this, and then probably right after you feel guilty, then, I think you flip-flop back and forth. I think that's part of the immaturity, emotional immaturity. And I'm not saying that to insult you. I'm saying it as a commentary on your conduct.
I understand
But
that.
I guess what I'm saying is, have you considered that the best way to assuage your guilt is to stop transgressing? I mean, stop the bleeding first.
Right.
Okay, you got to get out of this thing. And you keep saying, both of you keep saying, well, we just can't help it. Move. If you have to, get away from, if you're so out of control that you just like a moth to flame, then get away from the candle.
We've discussed that.
I mean,
know that they've discussed that.
Really, and I'm not saying that fixes your problem. It's just Sarah becomes Sue, and Sue becomes Carol, and Carol becomes whoever. What this amounts to is you need serious professional help. It may not be in time to save your marriage and your family, but I think what you have to do is get to the bottom of why you are the way you are. And you are the way you are because you never matured beyond a certain point emotionally. And I have some pretty good theories of why that we can talk about at some point, but I'm not really here about why today as much as I am about how. How you get out of this self-destructive, other-destructive mode. And you need help figuring out, because we all grow. We grow mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, every way. And you continue to grow mentally. You continued to grow physically, but you were arrested in your growth emotionally to the point that you didn't develop those internal controls to tell yourself no, the ability to predict where you're going. And unless and until you do that, you're going to continue to victimize everybody that you touch, because you'll be controlled by impulses rather than values. Does that make sense?
It makes absolute perfect sense.
Because your values, you can express values that you want to embrace, correct?
Correct.
But yet you have impulses that dominate your behavior.
Right.
And you need help to get that underway. I will help you get that help if you will take that help.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I won't do is help you get help with him, because he has issues he has to resolve individually that have nothing to do with you. And I'm going to tell you what I think you need to do when we come back. We're trying to bring a conclusion to this complicated affair. When I say conclusion, this is destructive. It's destructive to everybody involved. There's two marriages at stake. Children are on both sides. What's going to happen when they go home? When you leave here, what are you going to do?
I'm not sure.
What do you want to do? In a perfect world, what would happen?
In a perfect world, he would get the help he needs. Our marriage can be saved. But I'm not sure that that's feasible.
Mm-hmm. But in a perfect world, you would like to see the relationship healed, and you would like to see him healed, and you'd like to see her gone.
Oh, definitely.
Out of the relationship, not in your space. Uh-huh. Do you think your children would benefit from that?
Yes.
Do you think that in addition to putting your children in play, that you are damaging this woman's children by what you're doing? Do you recognize that you are an enemy of her children?
Yes, I do.
How do you feel about that?
Not good. Not good at all.
How would you feel if she was an enemy of your children? If she was on a mission to destroy their peace, their harmony, their home? How would you feel about her if she was on a mission to, because your children are happy children, right?
Yes.
And they have their little rooms, and they have their friends and their hobbies and their things that they love, and they like to get, ready for bed at night, and it's all kind of cozy and warm around there. If she was on a mission to destroy that and rip it apart, how would you feel?
I never thought of it like that. I can imagine how much hatred she has, and I don't blame her a bit. I'd feel the same way.
Is that not exactly what you're doing? Yeah. Are you not on a mission to take the peace, harmony, and tranquility that her children now enjoy and rip it apart?
But how do I stay away from him? How do I get him out of my life? How do I...
First, you acknowledge who you are and what you're doing. Do you acknowledge that you are an enemy of her children, an enemy of her home?
Yes, I acknowledge that. I take full responsibility for what I've done.
Now let me ask you this. You said he loves you, right?
Yes.
If he loves you, would he put you in the position you find yourself today? If the man loves you, would he put you in a position of being a fearful, guilt-ridden interloper that is nothing short of the enemy of this woman's children? If he loved you, would he do that?
No.
Because see, to love someone is to put their interest ahead of your own. To do what is best for them, to nurture them, to help them, to make them a better person, a better citizen, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, in every way, to lift them up, to be better at being who they are. And instead, he has you in the back seat of a car, sneaking around in a hotel and attacking her family. If that's love, leave me out. I mean, I'm telling you the truth as I see it. Do you agree? Do you think you have compromised this woman and her integrity and her position in life in order to serve your impulse needs?
I would have to agree with that after having this conversation today.
Is that not amazingly selfish?
Oh, absolutely.
What do you think, sis? How am I doing?
You're doing a great job.
Stop.
No, don't stop.
I'm calling it as I see it. Stop me if I run a red light here.
No, and we've talked about that. I mean, we have.
Okay, well now let's stop talking about it and let's start doing something about it. Let's start making a decision to disengage. I mean, let's seriously make a decision to disengage. Are you going to grieve that loss? Sure you will. That's part of the emotional growing you need to do, because what you do now is seek pleasure and avoid pain. But let me tell you, life is about sacrifice. It's about pain. We'll be right back. We've been talking to Brad Michelle about his affair with Sarah. And we're getting to a point that you have to make a decision to walk out of this deception, to walk out of this emotional quagmire, and do something different than what you've been doing before. What I want to know is that I want you to know, I've said probably 10 things to you today that you said, I never really thought about it that way. Never really thought about it from that point of view. You said a few minutes ago, after having this conversation, I see this differently. So, armed with that point of view, armed with that perspective, do you care enough about your children and their safety and security, mentally and emotionally and environmentally, to withdraw from this situation, put all of your interest and energy into their well-being, and seek to heal your marriage?
Yes, I want to.
It's just a matter of whether you want to be a slave to your lust and your impulses, or you want to be devoted to your children and your family. And to me, that's a pretty clear choice. You need to change your phone numbers, change your cell phones, change everything where you cannot get in contact with each other. You need to do the same thing. You need to respect that. And you need to get help, which I'm saying I'll get for you. I will get that for you. And you too. Help and support for you. But right now, the thing to do is for you two not to go in and sit next to each other on the couch and have some marital therapy. That's not what you need to do right now.
I agree.
This marriage is on fire. But you need to do some fire fighting, not prevention. You need to put it out. It's on fire right now. You need to put the fire out. And you've got to get your legs up on you. You got to get a backbone about you. And you got to stand up for yourself. You got to stand up for yourself, stand up for your children. Can this marriage work? I don't know. I don't know if it can. I don't know if it should. But what I know is your children deserve 100% of their mother. Focused, committed, loving herself and loving them. So you've got to find your legs. You've got to get some strength to you. You've given your power away to this man. You've got to take it back. Okay? And I'll help you do that. Thank you. And I will help you as well. I will, whatever needs to happen, whatever support is there. But you've got to make a commitment that you need to get help and not be poisoning this woman's life. You need to get help so you're not infecting people with this addiction, with this sexual exploitation. Are you willing to do that?
Yes, I am.
If I arrange that, will you do it?
Yeah, yes, I will.
And will you leave her alone?
Yeah, no, see, we've been through this several times, and what happens, it's not just me that calls her and how, I mean, it's back and forth.
I didn't ask you what she was going to do. I asked you what you were willing to commit to. Are you willing to say, I will get help and leave this woman and her family alone? You are an interloper. You are a transgressor. You are a burglar. And you need to get out of her house, get out of her family, get out of her life. You can't control what she does. You can only control what you do. That's all I'm asking you. And I will get you help to make that come true. I will get you the help. I will get you the support to help you do that, to find that strength, to find that control. But you have to be a willing spirit. Because if you go in there and just try to con, manipulate, and lie to the help I get you, hell, I ain't gonna waste my time. If you're not gonna be a willing spirit, then you're on your own. I'm just asking, will you be a willing spirit in leaving this woman alone?
Yes, I will.
Don't you want him to leave you alone? I mean, I know that there is a part of you that feels that, but it's either, you're going to make a choice. You're either going to choose your family and your children, or you're going to choose him, because you can't have both. You know that. You know you can't have both. It's going to get fractured. You're either going to heal it or you're going to fracture it. That's your choice. Certainly after being here, I mean, we can call you Mother Teresa if we want to, but you know what's going on here. And you've got to make that choice. So what do you want?
I want him to leave me alone.
I'm sorry?
I want him to leave me alone.
Bottom line is, you're going to put your arms around him, you're going to put your arms around your children. There's not room for both. I wouldn't think that would be a hard choice.
It's not.
We'll be right back.
Well, our time for today. Here is a sneak peek at Monday's shocking conclusion.
Next time.
His affair got his wife's best friend pregnant.
You have played me for so long. I'm tired of it.
Now,
Meet the other woman's husband.
the battle for custody is on.
You two want to raise that child.
We want what's best for that baby.
You think Michelle is not a good mother.
I don't think she would be a positive thing in his life.
You're judging her, but it's you that's sleeping with somebody else's husband.
That's next time.
You do not want to miss that. On Monday, we're going to find out what happened after Brad, Michelle, and Sarah left the show and returned home. Did Brad and Sarah end their affair, or did they continue to see each other? Did Michelle decide to end her marriage, or did she decide to fight to save it? Plus, the other woman, Sarah, returns. Find out if she wants Brad involved in the life of her child that they have together. And we'll meet Sarah's husband and find out what he has to say. It just keeps on getting better.
Today on Dr. Phil, know-it-all in-laws. She badmouths her daughter-in-law.
You have said she is an alcoholic, insane, mentally ill, emotionally disturbed.
And bribes her son with money.
You threaten, I'm going to kick you out and sell this house. You don't do what I want you to do. How old are you?
38.
38, and it's difficult to choose between your wife and your mother. She has your in a Dixie cup, buddy.
And wait till you see whose side he took in our camera experiment.
You don't speak French.
No,
and
I
you
don't.
two talk in French in front of her.
Where we hired a French translator to secretly join them at dinner.
Have you ever wanted to be a fly on the wall?
Plus,
Be a man, because I'm sick of you.
the baby caught in the middle.
Hey, Mom, come over here and I'll show you the video camera.
That's got to stop. I want to start today's show a little differently. You've just seen young parents fighting terribly in front of a young child. But I want you to imagine that that child grows up with this, that 10, 11 years from now, they're still hearing the same thing, but in the middle of a divorce. Pay attention to our second story today, because you're going to see these issues in play and how they can affect and tear apart the world of an innocent child. Coming up. Let's do it. I want you to get excited about your life.
Here we go.
Stand by, camera, set. If you're going to talk to me, you're going to have to be honest.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
It's showtime. This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Stand by, A, and roll A, check in.
Go, Dr. Phil. Okay. They give you unwanted advice. They drop by unannounced. They use guilt and manipulation to get what they want. I'm talking about your know-it-all in-laws. They're a sneaky class of relatives who have the power to destroy your relationship if you let them. Now, Amanda says that she hates her meddling, controlling, know-it-all mother-in-law. She says that her mother-in-law is out to totally destroy
their relationship, and she says that it's beginning to work. Now, both sides say the other is psychotic. Take a look.
My mother-in-law is a psychotic woman and a control freak.
My daughter-in-law, she's totally unpredictable, especially when she's drunk.
Yeah, I was drunk last night because I can't handle you. My mother-in-law drives me absolutely crazy.
She really has emotional problems.
She's a miserable human being. She's a bitch. I just don't respect her.
She does not have much education.
They do talk French when I'm around.
Very
Very difficult with the French speaking. It just feels like chaos.
She gets upset if I just say one sentence. She blows up for everything.
Yeah, you are being ridiculous because I'm married to your son. I don't have to. When my mother-in-law walks through the door, I feel like I could explode. If something doesn't go her way, she starts freaking out. She's also thrown matches all over the floor, pretending that she's gonna start the house on fire. The night before we were married, she threw a prenup, faxed it over, and all of a sudden the rules just started coming in.
My mother can be very pushy.
Oh, and here are the cigarettes she smokes.
It's none of her business what I do. I'm an adult, I can smoke. If I wanted to sit and criticize everything she did, it'd be too long of a list. My mother-in-law has a key to the house and can come and go whenever. You come in here and you think that you can do whatever.
Have you ever asked me for the privilege to live in my house?
Well, no.
You know what? All right, this is gonna really get nasty. One day I came home and my drawer was empty. My mother-in-law decided that she wanted to move my underwear and socks into another room. She calls all the time, 20 to 30 times a day.
My mother is borderline stalker. And my mother called us and she said she was going to come down on Valentine's Day. And she wanted to take me out to dinner without my wife.
I bought this house before Pierre knew his wife. They are draining my finances.
If my mother-in-law thinks that I'm mooching off of her, she definitely is crazy.
Amanda married my son because she assumed he had money. She has been a burden. My son jumps for every little wish she expresses. He's like a slave. He behaves like a slave.
Pierre's scared to stand up to his mom. She does basically control money and assets.
I'm okay with the price I have to pay for the luxuries that I have here, thanks to my mother. She bought me a Mercedes. My wife has a much bigger problem accepting the financial help that my mother gives. It would be difficult to choose if I had to choose between the two.
If he stays with Amanda, he's not going to inherit my money.
I'm contemplating on getting a divorce.
So I have decided to sell the house unless there is a major change that occurs after the input of Dr. Phil.
Did I just hear you say that if I had to make a choice between my mother's money and the luxuries she affords or my wife, it would be a tough choice?
I just meant by that it's a difficult choice, but of course I would choose my wife.
Are you sure you're sitting on the right side?
This is the side I want to be on.
Are you surprised that he's not sitting over here with his mother?
I don't know.
I mean, come on, that's a pretty outrageous statement. You're trying to trivialize it by saying, I mean, it would be hard, but of course I would choose her. Would you really, and are you choosing your wife in what is clearly a turf war and a power struggle here?
Yeah, I'm definitely on my wife's side. It's just very difficult to choose between your mother, and your wife. I mean, I shouldn't have to make the choice.
How old are you?
38.
Are you, in fact, a meddling mother-in-law? Are you wanting to get rid of her?
Well, I think she's creating a huge problem. She's destroying my son's life, both financially and career-wise, because of the problem she has. She has an alcohol problem, and she completely distorts what other people say. You are delusional when you are really drunk.
You don't want her helped. You don't want her fixed. You want him to divorce her. You have said, and I quote, I studied psychology and psychiatry in college, and I am confident that she is insane.
Well, I don't know if I said insane, but
actually, you said alcoholic, insane, mentally ill, serious mental problems, emotionally disturbed, the weirdest woman I have ever met. I have students
who are mentally ill. One is schizophrenic from LSD, and I know. That's what you said, if you want to be accurate.
No, I did say that. I compared her to those students, yes.
So you want her out of here?
Unless she completely changes, unless she stops drinking. She yelled at me. You offered us a dinner the day before the interview in our hometown, and she was drunk. She kept on leaving the table to go smoke a cigarette and have a drink, and she would come back with a glass of rum. And then when we got home, she instantly yelled at us. She hit Pierre, and they followed each other. And you came back, and you said you were going to call the police. And then you called your parents, and your stepfather came to pick you up.
Hold on.
All the time when you come.
Time out. Now, Amanda says that she can't stand it when her husband and mother-in-law talk to each other in French, so she won't understand. You don't speak French.
No,
and you two talk in French in front of her. Now the question is she just being paranoid, or are they talking about her? We'll be right back. Okay, what Yolanda doesn't know is that we wanted to find out what she was saying in French about her daughter-in-law. So we got a French translator, and her daughter-in-law is getting a serious earful with a little earpiece from the translator to tell her what's actually being said. We're gonna find out if they're talking about the weather or they're talking about her.
Contribution à la maison.
Elle essaie de payer, on n'a pas d'argent.
Amanda gets upset if we speak French. The only way for my son to maintain his French skills is for me to speak French.
Whenever I ask Pierre what him and his mom are talking about in French, he never really gives me a straight answer.
Travailler aussi le weekend.
It's either I tune her out or it's nothing, baby, it's nothing. If you can't even tell me what's being said, obviously something's being hidden.
Well, today we're talking about what some members of the family call know-it-all in-laws. Amanda says she hates her mother-in-law who comes over uninvited every week, even though it's a 3-hour drive. Now, Yolande says it's her house because she pays the mortgage so she can come whenever she wants to. Both call the other one psychotic. Now, Amanda feels that her mother-in-law and husband speak about her in French, knowing Amanda does not understand. When Amanda leaves the room, she can hear voices, but it's always in French. Amanda, her husband, Pierre, and mother-in-law all went to dinner. You're right, we invited you to dinner. Every time Amanda got up from the table, they would switch to speaking in French. So, have you ever wanted to be a fly on the wall? We arranged to have a French translator at dinner, in a way. Take a look.
This is the booth where Amanda and her husband and mother-in-law will be seated.
All right, here they come. Let's do it.
I had to excuse myself, but really I was going to the back room to get wired up and an earpiece in my ear.
This you're going to get in your ear so that the translator will be able to talk to you while you're at dinner.
She say that he can't stay with a girl like that. She eats in a really bad manner. She's strange. She's got an alcohol problem. She's saying she has already ordered a second glass of wine. She's probably going to order a third glass of the bar.
When I heard my mother-in-law saying stuff about my drinking, I just wish she would realize that, yeah, I do order a lot of drinks. It's because of her, and I really don't care for her opinion.
She's saying you cannot find worse than her, you can only find better.
I don't know who the hell she thinks she is. She doesn't even know me, so she shouldn't really even judge me.
She's saying that she has studied psychology and psychiatry, and that this girl has problems.
When I heard her talking about how she thinks I'm nuts and crazy, I wanted to take my glass of wine and throw it in her face.
I've never seen a woman like that before. She's got big issues.
Ses habits, je t'ai dit qu'elle est très
I
nerveuse.
told you, Mom, she's very nervous, and with this smoking, she's totally sick. Go on the internet, you can definitely meet somebody else.
When I heard her saying he needs to go on the internet to find somebody else, that pretty much pissed me off and it got to my boiling point. That's just going over the edge.
All the women in the States are all like that, they're all crazy.
Elle travaille aussi, ma femme.
He's defending her.
Elle gagne plus d'argent que moi, tu sais.
She's complaining about that bag, and he's saying that he is actually the one who bought it to her.
Elle avait un sac.
He said he had to buy her a bag because her bag was so old, with cigarette burns.
Comme un trailer trash, et je voulais pas.
He's saying that she looked like trailer trash, and that's why he had to buy her a purse. She's saying, why do you want to ruin your life with a person like that? He's saying, Mom, enough now, enough. I'm going to sell the house. Mom, please stop talking like that.
Bon, dis-le à Dr. Phil.
And he's telling his mom, you'll tell that to Dr. Phil.
Let me say first off, I am so sorry that you are being treated that way. And Pierre, shame on you for being a party to that. I tell you what, if you can't stand up for your wife, if you can't get a backbone, I don't give a damn how many cars she buys you. That's just wrong, and to be a part of that, you should be ashamed of yourself. I don't know what else to say to you.
I agree. When I see it like that, now, removed from it and I watch it, I can't believe that I act like that. I can't believe it.
What do you think about that?
He doesn't get it. They don't get it. They don't take anything that I say seriously. Or
What do you say about that? You're talking about her being unhealthy and mentally ill and psychologically unstable. It seems to me that what you're doing is mean and vicious and cruel.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I did
that doesn't seem mentally healthy to me.
No. Well, there is quite a distortion in this presentation. I did send you an official document about her and the fact that she did not start drinking because of me. She has admitted that she has a drinking problem and that she has, and I have also seen a letter that states that she needs counseling. She has had problems way before she met Pierre. And
what does my drinking have to do with any of this situation?
Okay, I need to take a break. Yolande wants her son to get a divorce. We're going to talk about that when we come back. And I also have a question for her. She started off this indictment of her mental history by saying there's quite a distortion in your presentation. I thought it was pretty telling and pretty clear. I'm going to let her explain how that's out of frame when we come back.
My husband is definitely spoiled.
My mom bought me this computer, the stove, fridge, the TV, the love seat, the couch here, and even the turntables, courtesy of my mother.
If she didn't have money, he would basically cut her out of his life.
I either stand up to my mom and we give up these nice things, or I put up with all my mom's little quirks and controlling behavior, and then we can live in this lifestyle. I really don't know what to do. I have all this stuff for free, and I'm living a pretty good life.
Well, Amanda says that she's sick of dealing with her know-it-all mother-in-law. Her husband, Pierre, says his mother's money affords him a comfortable lifestyle. Now, before I talk about some other things, I want to get back to your saying that that presentation was distorted. Did you say the things that we heard you say? Did the French translator do a pretty good job?
Yes. No, what she said there is correct.
So that is accurate?
Yes. But something that is really missing in this entire situation is that I asked them to pay to stay in that house. They have never paid 1 cent. This house is costing about $18,000 a year. Amanda has...
And you do that all for your son. You do everything for your son. And how
you have refused to pay. I've asked you to pay.
Do you have a job?
Every single time you come, every single week you come, you threaten to sell the house. So what? This is your son. You want to piss your son off and make him unhappy? That doesn't even make sense.
Now you are going to pay for your upkeep.
You threaten them with selling this house constantly, do you not? I'm going to kick you out and sell this house if you don't do what I want you to do. True? Do you have a job?
I have a job, yes.
Okay, you are able-bodied. You have a job.
We just would have to live in a less expensive house. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
He won't be able to do it.
But you know what? I would live in a less expensive house because what's happened here is she has your in a Dixie cup, buddy. She has just cut those off. I mean, seriously, get the visual. Come on. I mean, come on. You know, I mean, just man to man here. Are you kidding me? I would live under a bridge in a box. Seriously, I would live under a bridge in a box before I would let somebody put those strings on me. If you want to reattach, then I would not wait for her to sell that house. I would pack my stuff and get out. And I'll tell you what else I would do. I would park that Mercedes at her curb. I would put the house keys on the dash, and I would tell her if she wants to be in my life that she is going to have to respect my independence and my wife. It's just that simple. Now, she threatens you with the inheritance, correct?
Yeah.
You threaten the inheritance, that if you don't do what I want you to do, which on the short list is get rid of her and marry somebody with some education, right? She has a high school degree. You want him to get somebody more educated.
No, actually, he has had very nice women in the past. Has never been this problem, and I have never come down to stay
until afterwards.
It's only now that I have bought this house that I come and take care of the house. But before that, I never interfered with his friends.
While those girls were there, she wasn't too keen on him, was she?
No.
Okay, now that they're gone, you traded down, in her opinion, right?
Exactly.
You traded down. Now, when you're gone and he drags up somebody else, then you'll go, whoa, where's Amanda? We could have gotten her.
He has had some wonderful women in his life. It's too bad he didn't stay with...
Never said that, though, when I'm dating them. Never when I'm dating them.
Of course. You know
Name
very
one.
well
Give me
I
a name.
liked... I'll say the name, Teresa. She was just wonderful. And I didn't have much contact. I never had contact like that.
Well, you could say it in French. What's Teresa in French? I've got something I want to say to Amanda when we come back. Well, I'm talking to Pierre, Amanda, and her mother-in-law, Yolande. Now, Amanda, you're being abused by your mother-in-law. You're being abused and neglected by your husband. Let me put that aside for a minute. You got a drinking problem.
Yeah, I do.
And I'm sure everybody in America is right now saying, I don't wonder. It's how you're coping with stress.
Yeah.
You need to change that for you. I am more than willing to help you do that, to help you do whatever. I'll do whatever together we determine to be the best and most appropriate thing for you if you will do that. Would you like that help?
Yeah, I would definitely like to help.
And I'm going to make the options available to you so you can do what you have to do to reclaim yourself and your peace of mind and a sober existence in this world. Do you want to be married to her?
I do.
I mean, seriously, do you really, or is this just something that you just really should move home?
No, I love her, and I don't want to move home. I really feel like I'm in the middle where if I choose my wife and I want to stay with my wife, then I'll have no more, it's not just the money, I'll have no more contact with my mother. And
well, that will be your mother's choice.
I think that's what she'll choose, okay, well, and so it's a difficult choice. Well, I want to be with my wife.
You won't let go of the money.
The fact that it's a difficult choice suggests that I think you need to really revisit whether you want to be in this marriage or not. Are you interested in cutting your son off in terms of your relationship with him if he stays with her and works to help her get better with her problems?
Of course, I hope their relationship will work out, and as soon as they are independent, I will not be contacting them except occasionally.
Okay, if he's not going to support you being who you are, the sooner you find that out, the better, and then you go forward. I'm going to offer you the help that I said, and we'll do whatever it takes. You want to try one thing, then another, then we'll do whatever it takes. Okay, we'll see. We're going to follow this and see what happens. All right, next, they use their baby as a bargaining chip in their relationship. He pushes her up against the wall, and she smacks him. She even calls her mother-in-law in the middle of these battles, but she says they both need to grow up. So we're going to talk to them when we come back.
Get the camera out of my face.
No.
I'll call your little mommy on you.
Ooh, I'll call yours.
Both of you need to grow up.
Well, today we're dealing with the in-laws. Now, this next story is about in-laws to be. Now, John and Chrissy say they want to get married, but their engagement is on hold because they say they just can't stop fighting. They hit, slap, they call each other offensive names, often in front of their 8-month-old son. Now, mother-in-law to be Shar says she's sick of being caught in the middle, and they both need to grow up. Now, does mom know best about that? Take a look. Let you decide.
Leave me alone.
Okay. Why?
Then get the camera out of my face.
No.
Johnny and Chrissy have a very dysfunctional relationship.
Bye.
Stop it.
If it were just Johnny, I would say, John, cut your losses and get the hell out. But when you've got a child involved, you have got to work it out somehow.
I stopped at Taco Bell and I said, here, I'll go ahead and pull over. You said, no, go home, no, go home.
Swing through Taco Bell parking lot and you
Chrissy?
spilled my food all over me.
A majority of our fights are misunderstandings. It's just a disagreement. It turns into a verbal and physical fight.
You need to grow up.
We can't just disagree anymore. Our arguing and fighting has went over the limit.
We have gotten in fist fights. She has smacked me. I have smacked her back.
He has grabbed me and put me up against the wall, pushing me a little too hard and I fall, and smacking me.
I'll call your little mommy on you.
Ooh, I'll call yours.
I try not to get involved. However, the majority of the time, Chrissy will call here saying, you want to know what your son's doing.
And he's got the camera in my face right now.
Run your mouth to my mom.
Generally, the first comment that I would make to them both is that both of you need to grow up.
Chrissy doesn't call my mother for advice. She calls my mother to have her tell me to do something.
Oh, you want to talk to her? Why not, Johnny? Why won't you talk to your mom?
Because you're a piece of shit because you're lying. I'm not following you. The camera shows I'm sitting right here with my son. You told me not to get him because you said, oh, what, you gonna take my son from me? You're gonna take my son from me? Chrissy, don't talk to me anymore for the rest of the night. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna tend to my son and you just off, okay? Is the conversation done with? Good, bye.
You better stop.
You stop!
You can't fight in front of this child. You cannot badmouth one another in front of this child. You two have got to get help. Whether you stay together or not, you have to get help for Ethan's sake.
You're a f***ing child.
Well, Mom, do you see from this video this isn't one-sided?
Oh, definitely.
Well, because you said you think 90% of the problem is hers, that she starts the fights. You're as involved in this as she is, right?
A small percentage of it, yes, I am.
A small percentage of it?
Yes, sir.
A small percentage of it, okay. All right, I was just going to get you to just agree that this was a mutual problem, but since you don't see it that way, then no, we'll go through it.
I mean,
No, we'll go
I
through
will
it.
agree of it, but it was never a problem in my life before, ever. And
Okay.
it,
Well,
it
we're
is,
not
yes,
talking
it is a
about before,
problem.
we're talking
Yes.
about now.
Yes, it is a problem.
Do you call her names?
Yes, I do.
All in front of your child?
After it's already gone past the level, yes, I have.
Is that a
I've
yes?
asked her after
Yes,
the-
you do this in front of your
Yes,
child?
after I asked her to stop.
Okay, is this the small percentage you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You got in a fight in a car?
Yes, sir.
And you hit him?
I smacked him in the mouth after he bit my finger because I told him that I wanted things to end. Since we can't communicate, I'm drawing the line and I want him out until we can make things better. And he got upset with me,
And
we
you
got in
bit
an
her
argument.
hand?
She had her hand in my face while I was driving.
Okay, I just want to be sure
Yes, I
that,
did
that
bite her
I'm
hand.
covering the small percentage that you're talking about of
I mean,
ownership
if I'm
that
driving,
you
I
have
can't reach over and bite her hand, but yes, I mean,
Okay.
her hand was in my
It's
face.
not really a small percentage, is it? I mean, you are involved in this. You're allowing it to escalate just like she is. The two of you are out of control here.
But I wouldn't have bit her hand if it wasn't in my mouth while I was driving. So yes, I did bite her hand, but why was her hand in my mouth?
You can't change what you don't acknowledge. I'm getting you to acknowledge that you are a participant in this.
I agree on that, yes, sir.
Okay, and so don't give me this, well, in a small percentage. It takes two of you to do this.
I see, yeah.
Okay? Do you acknowledge that?
Yes, sir, I
Do you agree with that? You can't change what you don't acknowledge. I need you to see that.
I do, I have.
Because if you brought her in here to get her fixed, it's not her problem. This is y'all's problem. You are out of control. What are you thinking doing the things that you're doing? You're in the car saying, Daddy's going to some whores.
I stated, you need to go out and get a job. He did not have a job. He told me he was going to take Ethan to the babysitters, and several times he's taken him to the babysitters and went home and went to bed and not done anything all day. And I go to work, and I was explaining to him that it has to be 50-50 or I'm out.
I can't even say, there's no way, they can't bleep the names you call him. Have I pretty much got a reasonable list right there?
I've called him several names.
Yeah, I got several here. My question for you is, what do you want in this situation, and what are you willing to do to get it? Think about that and tell me when we come back.
I don't think Johnny has anger management problems.
I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna tend to my son, and you just f off, okay? Is the conversation done with? Good, bye.
When I see the tape, there is a section of the tape where Johnny makes a comment about Chrissy in front of Ethan.
Mommy's being such a pain in the ass, isn't she? Isn't she?
He should not have made the comment, but by the same token, I thought he was really holding it together to try to prevent an escalation of the fight.
John and Chrissy have put their engagement on hold because their fights were getting worse every day. Now, they've held their son hostage from each other. Now, John and his mom claim it's Chrissy who flies off the handle and has an anger management problem. But listen to John here.
Record me all you want, Johnny. Next time that you start hitting me and doing stuff to me, then I'll record you. And then I bet you stop.
Mommy's being such a pain in the ass, isn't she? Of course, Chrissy, I didn't clean nothing. You're PMSing, you're being an to me. Shut up and don't talk to me.
You need to stop. You need to grow up and get out of your little childish stages and be a man, because I'm sick of you.
I'm fed up
You're
with
a child.
Are you done yet? Will you shut your mouth?
I'm just going to have your mom and dad come and get you, and then maybe you'll leave.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I'm not.
I've been doing stuff wrong, Johnny.
Yeah.
You had the camera in my face just to start.
You're the one screaming and yelling, turn on the Christmas lights.
Hey, Mom, come over here and I'll show you the video camera. I'll show you the video camera, and I'm not following her anywhere. She's just being a
Oh, yeah, I'm just being a
What do y'all think about that?
It's horrible, and I want help. I know I have anger management problems, and I know I get very uncontrollable. And it's like I try so hard, and I work, and I try to make things last, and I take care of my son and do well, and I feel like he doesn't try that hard. And I feel like sometimes I'm doing it all on my own.
But you understand you can't scream your way to responsibility. You can't scream your way to maturity. Look, if the two of you didn't have this baby, you wouldn't be here right now. But we have this child down here. And so that jumps up and hits my radar screen, and I say, I want to be the voice of this precious, precious baby. Now, you get in these fights. Do you understand that this can get out of control and somebody can get hurt? You understand the baby can get hurt? You're videotaping her, right? You just did this on your own. This is before you even wrote into us. You just decided to videotape. Okay, now watch what happens. You slap the camera, right? Okay, here we go. You slap the camera and watch the lens. Bang. Do you realize how close that was to hitting that baby in the head? That is a perfect example of how just throwing a fit, just getting upset, just getting angry, and accidentally the child is injured. That's got to stop, or you don't deserve to have that baby, either one of you. You do provoke her, just as she does you.
Probably at times, yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this.
I'll call your little mommy on you.
Ooh, I'll call yours.
Okay, now here's the significance of that. Her mother's dead.
I apologized, and she did not hear that. She did not hear that, and I apologized 100%. I said, I apologize.
It take 3 days later. It was a long time. He hid it from me. He told me he was taking it to the cops.
But
he told me he would take my son away.
That's in your head. That you would do that in your head, whether she saw it then or later, is just wrong. And this stuff of using the baby as a pawn, this is not a rope in a tug-of-war between two immature people. What are you doing?
I have never kept her from her son.
You don't want to take this baby's father out of the baby's life. You don't want to take the baby's mother out of the baby's life. That is immature and it is inappropriate. You need to stop that. All right, look, here's the deal. Can we have an agreement? Number one, you're not ready to get married.
Agreed.
Okay, do not get married, for God's sake. Do not get married. Number two, do not get pregnant again. Okay, don't have another baby. At this point, you don't want to bring another child into this mess.
I don't want another child, and he has stated that he did want another child, and it scared me, and I totally cut it off. And
the sexual relationship stopped.
Well, if that's the best guarantee, I will get you premarital counseling that is going to go through all of the things that you need to deal with, the anger that you both have, the manner in which you will attack one another, using your child as a pawn in the power struggle, and then negotiating what a marriage truly is. I will provide that counsel for both of you in exchange for, since y'all are up big on this holding hostage, that you won't get married at least until you complete that, and you won't get pregnant again until you complete that. If I arrange that for you, will you meet those conditions and will you participate?
Yes, sir.
I will get you that help yesterday. I mean, right now, I will make that happen. Yeah. Okay? Yes, deal? And as a quick aside, leave your mother out of this. She doesn't need it.
Dr. Phil,
She doesn't need it.
may I say one thing?
Please.
When they are both calm and collected, they love each other so much, and that baby is the world to both of them.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. It's getting the anger and everything
Well,
under
good.
control.
Hopefully we can make that the rule instead of the exception, which it has been lately. We'll be right back. Well, it's amazing the tangled webs that we weave, and it seems like family gets involved. But that can be a good thing. Extended family can be positive and healthy and a great resource for everybody. But there has to be a boundary. You have to have fence lines. There has to be separation once you are the adult. I really thank all of my guests for being here today. We have a plan for these two over here, right? And you're behind that.
Oh, yes.
You support that. And we got a plan for these two, and you're behind that. So I'm counting on you guys to support me in this. For more information on dealing with in-laws, go to drphil.com. See you next time.